Have you ever felt like no matter how much money you try to save, it never seems to add up to anything significant? You put a little aside, maybe you even try to budget, but at the end of the month, the balance in your savings account barely moves. What if I told you there's a simple trick that can transform your savings and change the way you look at money forever? That's what we're diving into today. Welcome back to Cash Stuffing and Budgeting, where we make money management easy, practical, and even a little fun. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, because you don't want to miss any of the tips I'm sharing that could help you build wealth, crush debt, and achieve financial freedom faster than you think. Now, let's get real for a second. Saving money is not always exciting. It can feel like a chore. It can feel like sacrifice. And sometimes, it feels like you're doing all this hard work and seeing very little progress. That's why so many people give up, fall back into old habits, and end up living paycheck to paycheck again. But here's the truth. Saving doesn't have to be painful. In fact, it can be motivating, empowering, and even fun if you know how to approach it the right way. The simple trick I'm going to share with you is one that works for people at all income levels. It doesn't matter if you're earning a lot or just getting by. It doesn't matter if you're a student, a parent, or someone working multiple jobs. This trick will help you stack your savings without feeling like you're depriving yourself. And here it is. The trick is to automate your savings while making it visible and personal. That may sound basic, but let me break it down. You've probably heard the phrase, pay yourself first. What that means is, instead of saving whatever's left over at the end of the month, which, let's be honest, is usually nothing, you flip the script. You save first and spend second. But here's where it gets powerful. Instead of leaving your savings in one big boring account where it blends into the background, you assign your money a job. You give it a name, a purpose, and a visual home. Think about it. If you save a random $50 and just toss it in your regular bank account, it feels like nothing. But if you take that $50 and put it in a savings envelope labeled Dream Vacation, or New Car, or Emergency Cushion, suddenly, that $50 is alive. It has meaning. You can picture the outcome. That is the real trick, combining automation with intentional labeling. And this is exactly what cash stuffing and budgeting is all about. Instead of money floating around with no clear direction, you're telling every single dollar exactly where to go. I want you to imagine this for a moment. Let's say you're someone who always says, I want to save for a vacation, but it never happens. Each payday, you automatically transfer just 5% of your income into a separate account or envelope called Vacation 2025. Over time, you watch it grow. Every week you see that envelope or that account balance inch higher, and you feel motivated to keep going. What used to feel impossible suddenly feels exciting and real. That's the psychological power of this trick. You're not just saving money. You're building a vision. But maybe you're saying, I don't make enough to save much. Let me tell you, saving is not about the amount at first. It's about the habit. Even $5 a week adds up. That's $260 a year. And if you're doing this with multiple goals at the same time, say an emergency fund, a fun fund, and a debt payoff envelope, you're transforming your relationship with money completely. Suddenly, saving becomes a game you're winning instead of a battle you're losing. Before I share more real-life examples and strategies you can start using today, don't forget to subscribe to Cash Stuffing and Budgeting. Join our community where we turn everyday money problems into practical solutions that actually work. And if you stay until the end of this video, I'll share a little bonus tip that can double the effectiveness of this trick without you even realizing it. So let's dive deeper. Why does this trick work so well? It taps into two key parts of human psychology: visibility and accountability. When money is invisible, like a small digital balance on your phone, you don't think about it. You swipe, tap, and spend without much emotion. But when you physically see your money, or you have specific accounts labeled with names that mean something to you, you become more mindful. You think twice before spending, and you feel more accomplished as the balance grows. It's the same reason why people love cash stuffing. When you hold your cash, you value it more. When you tuck it into an envelope labeled house deposit, it becomes sacred. I'll give you an example from my own journey. I used to save in one big account that had no name. It just sat there, mixed in with my emergency savings and my spending money. And guess what? Every time I wanted to buy something, I dipped into it, because there was no clear boundary. But the moment I started naming my savings goals and separating them, everything changed. I had an envelope for car maintenance, one for birthdays, one for travel, and one for emergencies. When my car broke down, I pulled from the car maintenance envelope. No guilt. No panic. No debt. When my best friend's birthday rolled around, I already had money set aside. And my emergency fund stayed untouched because I respected its purpose. That, my friends, is financial transformation. Here's another way to supercharge this trick. Make your transfers automatic. Set it up so that every payday, a portion of your income immediately moves to your savings envelopes or labeled accounts before you even see it. Out of sight, out of mind. If the money never sits in your checking account, you won't be tempted to spend it. This is what makes saving effortless. You don't have to rely on willpower or memory. The system does it for you. But here's the best part. You can make this fun. Get creative with your labels. Instead of just savings, try Freedom Fund, Stress-Free Holidays, Future Me, or even something silly that makes you smile. The more personal the label, the more motivated you'll feel. Some people even decorate their envelopes with colors, stickers, or pictures of their goals. Others use digital banks that let you create vaults or pots with different names. Whatever method works for you, the key is to make your savings feel alive and connected to your dreams. Now, let me share the bonus tip I promised. If you really want to transform your savings with this trick, track your progress visually. Use a chart, a tracker, or even a simple jar with coins. Watching your progress grow activates your brain's reward system. It's like a game. Every time you fill in a square on your savings tracker, your brain releases a little dopamine, which motivates you to keep going. Suddenly, saving money is no longer boring, it's addicting in the best way. So let's recap the simple trick that can change everything. Automate your savings. Give every dollar a job and a name. Make it visible, make it personal, and track your progress. Do this, and I promise you, your savings will grow faster than you ever imagined. And remember, you don't have to be perfect. Start small. Even if it's just $5 this week, that's enough. What matters is building the habit and sticking with it. Over time, those little amounts turn into big results. Before you click off this video, take a second to subscribe to Cash Stuffing and Budgeting. Join our growing community where we share real tips, real stories, and real results. If you found this helpful, give it a like and share it with someone who needs a little boost to start saving. Your financial journey is in your hands, but you don't have to walk it alone. You've got this, and we're here to help every step of the way.